Prior to this, we discussed the location tab. The location tab is where you actually have a map that's tied back to the client address. You have a open series where you can go ahead and put in the information to search for any address anywhere, including the company address if you needed to. Now what we're going to talk about is the data portal. This is the last tab on this area. The data tab has a couple of different uses. If you have clients where you may be doing a contract, or you have some kind of paperwork, or you want to do some things about the animals that they actually are using as far as what the services are for, you have some issues that you can do where if this was up on the server, normally, if the cloud server, you would not be able to add pictures into the cloud server. But what I've done is I have a workaround here where you can take the actual picture, say for example it's on a server, you can, let's say for example I'm looking at a web page. If you right mouse click on the picture on the server, what it would do is it would go ahead and drop down, and it would show you one of the drop downs on a picture is copy the picture URL. If you have a picture URL, you can go ahead and paste it after you copy it into this screen right here, this field. And what it would do is you could then insert that from the website by clicking on this, and it would paste it right in here. And this would be on the browser on the cloud server if you had to do it that way. The reason it's done that way is that most servers or server hosting companies do not allow you to paste images directly into an image field. The reason for that is they're concerned about viruses being easily ported into the computer system and affecting all their computers. Well, if you take the URL from a website and put that in there, then you do not have that issue. Or what you can do is if you're going to put a regular photo in there, what you can do is you can create a individual graphic and then pick it off from your, say like you're on the iPad, put it into the iPad library. Then once again, tap on this screen and it'll give you access to the library on your iPad, and then you can paste it directly in here. Now this is true both on FM Go and on the cloud server to be able to put graphics in these areas. Now let's say what else you might want to do in here. You may want to take the animal that you actually are doing the services on and maybe do a before and after photo. Or if nothing else, just a recognition of what animal you're talking about this is. And when I say animal, I'm not trying to be coarse. I'm just trying to say that it could be any kind of animal. It could be a dog, a cat, a bird, or whatever, where you're going to do services. So the picture of that animal could be in here. And the first thing I want you to note is that this is a scroll area. So you can put as many photos as you want in there. If you go to the top of the photo area and you click on the button up here at the top, what it's going to do is it's going to go to a large view so you can see the entire view of the screen. I repeat the ways to put the information in here as far as adding a graphic in here. This could also be a paper. For example, if you took a photograph of a paper for, say, for example, of the animals had its shots and all that stuff, you could go ahead and place that in the screen area by just taking your iPad and taking a photo of the paper and then take it from the library and paste it in here. That's true of any other kind of paperwork you also have to annotate. And this is the individual screen, not the scrolling field. So it's a place where you're going to be seeing just one image on this side of the application. These are just the repeats. Now there is one key field in here where it says file size. Whatever you paste into here, you want to kind of keep it under 200 kilobytes. And the reason for that is, in this case it says megabytes, but it's actually in this case a kilobyte because it's only 8.31 kilobytes. This is not an 8 megabyte picture. It's too small for that. So what you would do is go ahead and use this as your meter, that anything over 200 would be a little too large to probably start putting in here because it slows your iPad down to open up or store that many graphics in here. One of the things that's interesting about the library on the iPad is that if you bring a full-size graphic directly into the library through an import, it will automatically size the size of the graphic down to about half of what it was before you brought it in. So that's kind of a nice thing to know about. Let's go back to the booking area. In the booking area, you notice that there is also one other thing I wanted to point out. We'd already talked about the service listing where we're going to go next, and that the appointment button is up here that you can pop right back into the appointment screen if you need to go back and forth. So it allows you, if you wanted to jump from the calendar to here, look at the data portal or a file location or go to a location, that you could pop right back out to the appointment screen, and then one time to close the appointment screen to go back into the calendar. So it's roughly one click to go just about anywhere you want from the booking screen. If you have any questions, as usual, you can call me on Skype or go ahead and send me an email. Thank you.